Alright, well, welcome back once again to the channel, and today we have another crown jewel for the camera. This right here is a Hoover wide path foldaway, a machine that I have actually always wanted since I was about 6 years old. One of my good aunts had one of these, and it was the white variant, which I also recently acquired, and it came with all of its attachments. However, I am currently borrowing one of its wands, and this machine, when I first got it, by the way, it was missing all of its attachments. Once I get the white one running, it'll take its attachment back. But I kind of use this as the laundry room vacuum, but I kind of have to use other vacuums because the belt is kind of stretched at the moment, but I decided to show it off anyway because it still kind of works on the carpet. So what can I say about this machine? Well, I'll tell you, this is a rare variant, or at least one that I have never ever seen before, and I haven't seen a version of this one up on YouTube, because this one does not have the headlight, because it is a Black Friday variant from what I know. So anyway, this is a cheapened down foldaway. The funny thing is, I will show on camera. Just one second, I have to go grab a tool real quick. If I can find it, and we'll grab this tool right here, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, which is the fact, well, this is kind of funny, but before I do that, let me explain a little more about it. I ended up getting this machine off Marketplace for a very cheap price, $10. As I said, it's missing all of its attachments. I did get it. I thoroughly cleaned it up. I cleaned off the filter. I actually didn't replace the filter yet. I do plan to get new filters for both machines, but, you know, I mean, if they still work, then I'm not going to really buy a new filter, unless if I absolutely have to. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, unless if it smells or whatever. Unfortunately, this one doesn't. I use this as the laundry room vacuum, kind of just vacuum up in there. I cleaned out the hose. I had to get a new brush roll. Almost always I get CWP products for these types of Hoovers, just because they're like better. They're superior, and I noticed that a lot of the times the plastic ones warp or they have things wrong with them. Like, for example, the white one that I had recently acquired, it didn't really have anything wrong with the plastic brush roll. It wasn't warped or anything, or wasn't off balance, except that all the bristles on this side were just plucked out. Somehow they were missing. So somehow when I get these things used, they always have issues with their original plastic roller. So, you know, I always put CWP rollers in them, and they always end up working better. So, anyway. It's just a Hoover foldaway. I remember growing up, I remember being just 3 years old, which is around 2003 when the commercial came out for these, which, not gonna lie, always kind of used to creep me out. But, you know, I still remember seeing the commercials for these on TV, and, you know, I always wanted one. And it was my first glimpse of Hoover when it was kind of still making good products, and this was one of them. So, anyway, this vacuum right here, that it has no headlight, and in fact, it has some stuff right here. I'll just give it something to clean up. So you may notice it don't have a headlight, right? Well, why the hell does it still have the access port to the headlight? Because they couldn't, it's more expensive to make new molding to, you know, be consistent. Because there's no consistency, you know, so it's just saving money. So when you take this panel off, because I was curious, I was like, what's behind this panel? If I can pry it off without breaking it. I've been able to pry it off every time without breaking it. I hope that the one time I take it off, I don't break it. So there's no headlight, but right here is, and I can turn on my flash, there is the port where the fixture would have came out where the headlight was. And you can still even see there is the hole for it right there, which also appears not to be even threaded on the inside. If y'all can see that or not, can't tell. So yeah, it's not even threaded or anything. But that's where a headlight fixture would have gone. But this is the cheapened down version, so it doesn't have that. But it still remains, and it lets you know that there's an access door here. Well, an access door for what? It doesn't have the headlight, so unplug it and pry it open to access nothing. That's pretty funny. Like nobody would anyway. But that's probably the first time I've ever opened that in this whole machine's life when I first got it. It's just pretty funny. So yeah, is a cheapened down foldaway poverty spec model. So anyway, we're gonna give it a run on the carpet here. I rambled on for 5 minutes about it, but yet again, another rare vacuum for the camera. I hope y'all enjoy these videos as much as I enjoy them. And we're just gonna give this thing a run on the carpet and see how that belt is. I know it's not in good condition. I know it's getting stretched out. So anyway, here's the Hoover Foldaway. You can't hear it. It kind of does it. It kind of does something, but there we go. I said it on video. Now it does something. And it is picking up stuff too. There is a lot of stuff in the bin, kind of. There was some stuff in the bin earlier, but now it's got even more in it. Alright, well, there is that Hoover Foldaway Black Friday version. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, that's about all I have for today. See y'all. Peace.